Hello students, in this video we are going to learn some important questions from the chapter complex numbers. Let us see question. This is the short answer question. If Z3 minus Z1 by Z2 minus Z1 is a real number, show that the points represented by the complex numbers Z1, Z2, Z3 are collinear. So by taking this condition Z3 minus Z1 by Z2 minus Z1 is a real number, at last we have to prove that Z1, Z2, Z3 are collinear. Collinear means the points which belongs to same line, which lie on the same line. Okay, so let's start the solution by taking the given information. Z3 minus Z1 by Z2 minus Z1 is a real number. Okay, so we don't know, it's simply given as real number, but we don't know its exact value. Let it be something k, some unknown value we used to assume as k. What is the address of k? Where k is any real number, k belongs to R. Okay, now this is the assumption we have to proceed with. Now what is the possible simplification? Go for cross multiplication. Z3 minus Z1 equals to k into Z2, k Z2 minus k into Z1, k Z1. Now we are able to see two Z1 terms na? Okay, write them together. So write Z3 same, transposing plus k Z2 become minus k Z2, that equals to, on transposition of minus Z1 from LHS to RHS it become plus Z1. Z1 minus k Z1. Okay. Now Z3 minus k Z2 equals to. So we can take Z1 common. After taking Z1 common, we left with 1 minus here k. 1 minus k into Z1. We took Z1 common. So shift 1 minus k from RHS to LHS become divided by. So Z1 is equals to, okay, write Z1 only. Transposition of 1 minus k from here to here become divided by 1 minus k. Already we have Z3 minus k Z2, Z3 minus k Z2 divided by 1 minus k. 1 minus k. Okay. If you observe, this one is in the form of mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n. If you assume Z3 as x2, Z2 as x1, mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n, my2 minus ny1 by m minus n. What you can remind? So if a point P divides the line joining a of x1 y1, b of x2 y2 in the ratio m is to n externally, okay, this is the point, represents external division. Okay, so here we can say that Z3 Z2, okay. Now so Z1 point Z1 is dividing, so this is the formula for dividing point. Here dividing point is Z1. So Z1 is dividing the line joining Z2 and Z3. Okay, so what we can write? So Z1 is dividing the line joining the points. The line joining the points Z2 comma Z3 in the ratio m is to n. In place of m we have 1, in place of n we have k. So 1 is to k. mx2 minus nx1, minus represents external division, externally. Okay, this is the point you have to understand. So this is the dividing point. Z1 is dividing. Okay, now for example, if you draw diagram Z2, Z3, So Z1 is dividing the line joining Z2 Z3 externally. So Z1 is external, outside of line Z2 Z3. So Z1 is dividing the line joining the points Z2 Z3 in the ratio 1:k externally. So you see, what can you say here from this diagram? Z1 Z2 Z3 belongs to the same line or not? So we can conclude that therefore Z1, Z2, Z3 are collinear. Okay, so this is the way to prove. Okay, very important problem. Now we will see another very short answer question. Show that the complex number z satisfying z square plus z bar square is equals to 2 constitute a hyperbola. Okay. So this is locus of z problem once again. So in general, locus of z problems, locus of z we must be proved as hyperbola. Equation of hyperbola you will learn in chapter hyperbola in detail. Okay. So here locus of z problems, I told you, we used to proceed with the assumption let z is equals to x plus iota y. We don't know. So now by assuming z equal to x plus iota y, can you write z bar? Do you remember what is z bar? Z bar is the conjugate complex number of z. You know, conjugate of x plus iota y is what? X minus iota y. Now to find the locus of z, we will be given a condition. So this is the given condition. So given that z square plus z bar square equals to 2. Substitute z and z bar values. Z x plus iota y whole square plus z bar x minus iota y. Square is then a whole square, that equals to 2. Now simplify. A plus b whole square formula. A square plus b square. B is what? Iota y whole square plus 2ab, 2x into iota y plus a minus b whole square formula. A square plus b square minus 2ab minus 2x iota y, that equals to 2 as it is. Now minus 2x iota y plus 2x iota y gets cancelled. X square plus x square, 2x square plus x square plus x square, 2x square plus iota y whole square we have for 2 times. Na? 2 into iota y whole square, that equals to 2. So we can take 2 common. After taking 2 common, x square plus iota y whole square, that equals to 2. X square plus iota square y square, iota square y square, that equals to 2. On transposition of 2 from LHS to RHS, it becomes divided by 2. Between the terms we have into, na? So it will be divided by 2. Now 2 gets cancelled. X square plus iota square value, you know, minus 1. Value of iota square minus 1 into y square, that is equals to 1. Okay. Since iota square is equals to minus 1. Now x square plus and minus minus y square is equals to 1. So this is the locus of z, which is in the form of x square minus y square equals to a square. Equation of hyperbola. X square minus y square equal to a square represents hyperbola. Okay. So therefore locus of z represents hyperbola. So that's what we require to prove. So do remember, x square minus y square equal to a square represents hyperbola. Okay, right.